Good morning, everybody. This is Model Railroad Addict coming back to you down here at the layout with a layout update video. Today's Tuesday, August the 14th, 2012. And I've actually tried to shoot this video multiple times over the last week. I've had a lot of issues with YouTube uploading the video from this camera right here. As you can see, it's my Sony one I bought a couple months ago. It's the HD, not real sure which model it is. Let me just prop it up here. It's the HD CX210, and it shoots awesome video. I've used it on Florida in vacation over the last month. It shoots awesome video. My problem is every time I try to upload the video to YouTube, it comes back and says the file, it cannot convert. I don't know why it can't convert. It shoots the video. I don't know if it's because the video is shooted into like an AVCHD format, where the phone I'm using right now, it, by the way, is not my iPhone 4S. I've gotten rid of that phone. I am now using a Samsung Galaxy S3, and it shoots a very good video. So right now I'm using it because I failed to get stuff uploaded with that one. So that's why I'm using my phone again now. Hopefully I can figure this out. Maybe I've had a couple guys tell me I need to get the Sony Vegas video software. Maybe that'll allow me to convert the video to where I can upload it to YouTube. Right now I'm using the Windows Live Movie Maker, and it just I make the video. I can watch the video on my computer. It looks great. I've actually edited, put caption, all that in it, an intro, ending, and everything on it. It plays great on my computer. Every time I go to upload it, it says can't be converted. I'm not sure what's going on now, but I'll go ahead and get back to the update here. And this is HO in this room again. I didn't switch. I basically, the O gauge, by the time I got all of it up and running, the double main lines down and running, I was all curves. I wanted to run bigger curves so I can run all the engines that is available in O gauge. So I was running an 81-inch, an 081 outer curve and an 072 inner curve. And with those curves, I was pretty much all curves around this room. The track plane you see here in the HO was basically the track plane I had in the O, with the exception of it didn't curve in this way. It kind of went straight out and back down that way because I just didn't have the ability to curve it here. It was just too tight. And and I didn't want to have all curves because I had no room really for switches to come off into industries or engine facility. So I went ahead and put the HO back in here because it's a much workable scale for this room, and I was going to run the O in the bigger room. Now I've ran into a snag on that because here in the last week I am making a purchase of a new home. Looks like I'm going to be moving around the Thanksgiving to Christmas time frame, somewhere in there, to another house that I've purchased, and we've actually already found a buyer for this one. My neighbor is going to buy this house from me, so we are going to come out okay on that. I'll purchase a new house that's roughly the same square footage as this house, but it has everything done already. I'm not going to be having to finish building anything, trim or anything. The house is 100% complete. Well, not about 98. There's one room I still have to stud and drywall in the basement, but that's no major issue there. Now, when I move into the new house, I am going to have a room designated for trains down the basement. It's a finished room, approximately 12 by 15, drywalled, carpeted, and that's where I'm going to put the trains at. Now, the setback from this is that's the only room I'm going to have. This house I was going to have 2 rooms for trains. The new house I'm going to have 1 room. So I'm going to have to limit myself back down to 1 scale again. I'm just going to have to. I'm going to go over today to get exact measurements on the room down there. My daughters want to pick out their bedrooms, so we're going to go over to the house today. And the house I'm buying, the reason I'm going to go over to, we haven't acquired. My parents purchased a house up on the golf course here in town, and I'm actually buying their house. So I'm going to go over and get exact measurements of the room, and the girls want to pick out what bedroom they want. They're actually fighting over the same bedroom right now, so I don't know what I'm going to do about that, but we'll end up having to lay the law down to them, I guess. but I'm only going to have one room for the trains, and I got to go over and get some measurements so I can see. Approximately 12 by 15. It might be a little bigger, might be a little smaller. That was just approximation. I was going off this room for that room size. But once I figure out room size, I want to try to maybe. I don't know if it's going to work well. I'm going to try to get an O gauge layout done over there, but it looks like I'm going to go straight HO. Right now, if I had to make the call right now, I would be running HO over there, and my O will probably have to go away. I don't have the room to run both scales in this house. I don't want to give this house up because of a hobby. Obviously, I'll just have to settle with running HO right now. If I had to make the call, if something miraculous shows up to where I can run an O gauge layout over there, I'd probably run O and maybe make a shelf go around top of the room because I don't want to get rid of my newest engine here, which is this Indiana Railroad engine. I don't want to get rid of that, so I would probably try to work out to where it'll run or shelf around the top of the room. But like I said, right now, if I have the choice, it will be HO in this room, and I'll just continue with the HO. So that means this layout right here is pretty much done. I'm not going to be adding anything to it because I'll just be wasting my time because it's going to have to come down in a couple of months. So what I'm still going to be doing is making the decision on O or HO. If I decide the HO, I'll continue to buy HO stuff. I'll start buying track and stuff in preparation for when I get my layout design done. I can just go ahead and start getting the lines drawn in, roadbed down, and track going on it. Now, if I go HO over there, I've already decided I'm going to build the bench work about this height. I'm about 42 inches off the ground here. I'm going to build it about this height. Only difference is I'm going to try to utilize this bench work as much as I can. You know, if I had to buy a new top with the wood, this is about 32 inches off the wall here. I'm going to try, if I can, about like that. I'm 48 here, but something similar to this one. The only difference is the sub-road bed right here. I'll still keep OSB, but I'm probably going to add a 2-inch foam on top of it. I see a lot of guys use the foam. A lot of guys say it's a lot nicer because you can carve into it to make ponds or bridges. I'd like to get a bridge in my layout somehow to kind of get a little depth underneath the layout. And I've seen a lot of guys be able to add scenery and stuff and just stick it down right into the stuff. So my next one will definitely be foam topped, which means I won't be able to nail the track or the roadbed down. I'll have to glue it all, which isn't an issue. I've done that before. It makes it a lot harder if you decide you want to change something, to change it without tearing something up. But I'm definitely going to do with the foam. HO, it'll probably have a duck under. Only way I'd be able to avoid having a duck under coming in the room is if I drop down to N scale, which I've been talking about with some guys on Train Life, but I doubt I actually go to N scale. A little small. I'm not going to rule it out, but it's like way out in left field. I'm not not really strong on it. I don't have any N scale equipment at all. I'm mostly HO and O, and I have about the same amount in each scale, so it'll be there. But this is where I'm at. This layout here will not get touched anymore because it'll be coming down sometime in November. So, and moving to the new house as soon as we get into it. My parents bought their house and they're going to move up to it, which is nice because I love my parents' house, but their new house is really nice. It's up on the golf course here in town. They actually have an in-ground pool in the basement of the house. So we're going to go over. My girls are already excited going over there Christmas morning to open presents from them. And as soon as we get done, December 25th, even if there's 2 feet of snow on the ground, we're going to be able to go swimming. So they're excited about that. Of course, they're excited about being able to go swimming anytime we want inside, whether it's rain, snow, sleet, or shine. So it's just pretty cool. But this is where I'm at. I did, like I say, purchase this Indiana Railroad engine. I got it about a month ago. I've got it up and running. It's got a TCS decoder in it, non-sound. Very smooth running engine. My first Kato. It definitely, if I stay HO, it definitely will not be my last. I do have another engine coming in the mail this week. I purchased a Athearn Ready to Roll SD40-2, and it's painted up in the Union Pacific Desert Storm Victory scheme. So I'm kind of excited about getting that one. I've got a T1 decoder for it waiting. I've got my Athearn Genesis SD70 ACE and the Mopac Heritage, and it's got a TCS decoder in it, and I've got the BNSF SD70 ACE. It's an MTH with Proto Sound 3.0. So that's pretty much it, and you see all my rolling stock that's rolling out there with the exception of this auto rack, and that's mostly because I don't have no wheels on it right now. The wheels I put on it were it's the Walthers kit, and the wheels I put on it that were on it were plastic. Didn't want plastic wheels, so I bought some 33-inch metal wheels, and they're too tall because they're hitting that metal on the bottom and sparking pretty good. So I took them off, and I'm going to get me probably some 28s. I'm going to go to the hobby shop, take the car to the hobby shop, and have them fit some wheels for it. So, but that's pretty much where I'm at. Like I say, this layout is at a standstill. The new one will go in the new house, but as for this layout here, this one's at a hold off. So I'll leave it at this. I'll get another video up here coming up, probably sometime this weekend after I've been to the house, get some dimensions and make a decision on what scale is going to run on it, and let you know my plans from there. So until that time, signing off. Goodbye.